Dean School of Management and Technology. Welcome, Dr. Avikshit.
You were standing around the wall. The speaker was Dr. Abdul Kalam, who subsequently was our honorable president. That's a time he was a scientist and a teacher. He started his address like this. Now, Dr. Abdul Kalam has been president. Somebody was a scientist and a teacher. I think in Netherlands or Finland. I've forgotten the name of the place. And he introduced Dr. Abdul Kalam as he is a man of artificial intelligence. Now imagine somebody telling Avicii is a man of artificial intelligence. The whole auditorium clapped. Artificial and intelligence. Because that's the time Dr. Abdul Kalam was heading a team of scientists who was designing missiles that would be governed with artificial intelligence. Couple of years down the line, an incident of 2006-2007, a team of 5 Japanese came from Japan. First time in India. They were standing outside the Orchid Hotel at Bombay, checking in inside the hotel. Checking in. Their head was from Mr. Toto. Checking in inside the hotel. This is When the check is asked the receptionist or whoever was check it. Correct? But Togasan asked that lady, how much time will you take to check it? Lady said, 5 minutes. Togasan had come from Japan, where if the metro train is late by 30 seconds, the head of operation apologizes to the next. And here he was standing on the reception. After 5 minutes, Togasan started his watch. He asked that lady again, ma'am, how much time did you take for checking in? Lady said, sir, we are on the job. Please give me. Togasan was astonished. He said, 5 minutes. That's okay. You take a 5 minutes. But now you tell me, 5 minutes or global 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Indian coming from Dr. Abdul Kalam's incident to coming up to here. Abdul Kalam's incident now 2021 here. To all must be saying also. Now 2000 advertisements. Where the content is created by artificial intelligence. Then there is a comparison. The artificial intelligence code which there is a want to use on one side. There is one technology that is point and content about the development. The other side is the technology called artificial intelligence, which is doing a great data management cost. In my work, around 70% of the companies who came for recruitment, who came from They wanted and movement. And all those students, they were placed at a very high position. I will not say the number, that will be unfair. But if they wanted, you can come to me immediately. This wasn't 2 digits of math. Okay? You can come to me. This wasn't 2 digits of the subject which is going to be covered here. By the skill up, I look at skill up team. This background is the plan for a university. Kindly clap for the in this sector, lot of work has been put in by the right color team and the skill up team. Lot of body work has been put in at India, outside India, locally. Lots of time. It is so heartening to see. At India, outside India, USA, locally. And today, I think all will need it. That all will need it. All will need three words. I welcome once again on behalf of the Alpara University. These words, and I also welcome the faculty on behalf of the Alpara University. First of all, the dean, and I also welcome the University School of Engineering. The faculty has been the man behind this. First of all, the dean, and all of the engineering. He has been made full use of your time. You know, I get all of it. That is very good. You know, I get here. 30 seconds to talk about as much as you can. Here, as much as information. As much as scope. Para University says information that we are future ready. Future hope. For that, we have to focus. With these words, I hand over the seminar to skill up. Thank you so much. All the very best to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Avekshit, for such lovely and encouraging words. I also would like to thank here the distinguished guests, Professor Dr. Parvinder Singh Ji, the Vice Chancellor of Raipur University, Dr. Neena Mehta, Dean Academics, again Dr. Avekshit, Dean Management, Dr. Anurag Dikshit, Dean of Engineering, and of course Dr. Pooja Sharma, HOD for Computer Science Engineering, and of course our great friend Siddharth Sharma, the Deputy Director of International Relationships. And along with that, the great future of my country, India, aspiring professionals of tomorrow who will take this country to its next level from already a global scale which we have achieved. It is my sheer pleasure to be with all of you here today. And at the same time, it's a great honor to bring my guest speakers today on the floor. Associate Provost of Pacific Lutheran University, Dr. Jeff Foy. Dr. Mark Velikov, Head of Education Business in Skill Up Online. And my favorite, Benjamin Flower, the Human Skills Expert and Director for Human Skills at Skill Up Online. All these gentlemen, with the other team members of Skill Up Online, Pacific Lutheran University, and your academician, professors and doctors. We will be sharing in this 1 hour some beautiful and great insights with you. Starting your new normal. How does this sound to you? And what really normal is? Before that, let's really look at what has been our last 250 years. As Dr. Abhishek mentioned, one small incident of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Let's look at very clearly what happened in last 150 years. Let's look at very clearly what happened in last 250 years. So industrial revolution number 1 started way back in 1760s, lasted for about 80 years, and this was majorly confined to England. It was all about using iron for heavy industries, using the power of coal, water, and steam. After that, in 1870s, the second industrial revolution started. It was all about mass production, liberal use of spare parts, and classic example is of Henry Ford's assembly line, through which he could provide cost-effective automobile solutions to the automobile solutions to the masses. This was curtailed due to the First World War. The third industrial revolution came up immediately after the Second World War. It really took shape with the birth of the internet in 1969. Age of electronics, age of digitalization, and by the end of the century, the last century, 20th century, everybody started owning a personal computer and the internet entered our home. Next 10 years, till about 2008, till the time the global meltdown did not hit us, we moved from personal computers to smart devices. Social media was born. Google search engine came up very big. Instagram, and so many other social media platforms which came up, and it gave us all the power to produce data. Now, everybody of you uses these devices on a daily basis to keep on churning new data. And the industry really started thinking that yes, this is the new oil. And this is when in 2010, the birth of the fourth industrial revolution happened. And this was immediately after the global meltdown of 2008, as just mentioned at the time. Now, while we were just tinkering with what to do, concepts like artificial intelligence, big data, data science, they started popping up. But then in 2019, suddenly the pandemic hit us. And it just turned on its head during this week. What happened? Everybody moved back from what they were doing outside to inside. There was a tremendous amount of disruption. So, three disruptions we saw. The first disruption was called as the disruption of the workspace. Yes, please. Sorry. So the first disruption is called as the workspace disruption. Everybody moved from outside to inside, working from home, learning from home. The second disruption was that the industry started demanding skills, skills that will enable these people to work better with the machines. And the third one is the work culture. Now, so what happens in the work culture? The work culture is all about skills. Okay. The third part after the work culture comes actually the human being, the collaboration between the human beings and machine, which is essentially the workforce, which is here. And this entire thing is actually called as the new normal. Now I invite my fellow colleague, Dr. Mark Velikov, to take the stage ahead from here and tell us from his perspective as to how we should be moving forward and pay or create a future in the new normal. Dr. Mark, over to you.
Thank you, Harmeet, and welcome to everybody at Rahat Bahara University. It is great being here and having a chance to talk with you today. Next slide, please. Harmeet mentioned the new normal. I think everyone here is pretty familiar with what's happening in the world today. Pardon? I think everyone here is. Pardon? What the new normal is. I think everyone here is what the new normal is. The global pandemic with the travel restrictions, geopolitics, the issues with the global economy, travel restrictions, and probably closer to home for all of you is the Just a minute, Dr. Mark.
Just a minute, Dr. Mark.
Okay. Yep, how about now? Everybody hear me?
Dr. Mark, please go ahead.
Yep, how about now? Everybody hear me? Everyone probably in the audience is very familiar, especially with the reduced numbers of student visas. So as I was saying, everyone probably in the audience is very familiar, especially with reduced numbers of student visas. For those of you that get over to the United States or anywhere on a student visa, in the US, there's reduced F1, J1, M1. For those of you that are not familiar with those, the F1s are the academic specialized medical procedures. The J1s are for training in the areas that there may not be training in India for, usually assigned to people wanting to study specialized medical procedures or other technical procedures. The M1 is the non-academic or vocational school visas. We also know that learners need more than just self-paced training. A lot of the current online learning is simple, self-paced. You do it on your own with not a lot of help. And it's really important that we partnerships. Can we go to the next slide, please? There's bridges to success. That's the purpose of this whole program. We want to make you successful. We want to have you expand your careers. The U.S. hiring partnerships, U.S.-India hiring partnerships are bringing the U.S. certificates in addition to industry certificates directly to you. We're building up some innovative course deliveries. We're doing courses that are not just self-paced where you're on your own, but a blend of self-paced along with instructor-led training and mentor training as well. It's also very important as well that as we combine these virtual and live sessions, that you have access to help all along the way. So again, instructors, mentors, and more importantly, the opportunity to develop learning communities within these classes so that you have an opportunity to learn not just from your instructors and not just from the mentors, but also you can learn from your fellow students. And in addition to all of this, we're supplying the hands-on labs, all of which is to give you those needed skills to advance your careers forward. Next slide, please. In addition to all the technical skills, one of the most important pieces behind all of this program are the human skills. This is the next step in your career success. Trust me on this. I'm telling you, it is one of the most requested features and requested trainings that the employers, especially in the U.S., are looking for. It'll give you an edge over your other candidates. It's interesting because if you think about it, the top three attributes that the Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella looks for in a leader are the ability to create clarity where none exists, new ideas, new thoughts, but actually think out of the box, but not just think out of the box, but actually do out of the box. Very important. People who can figure out how to drive success in an over-constrained world. That's the idea of being innovative. Again, thinking out of the box and being able to do out of the box. Human skills programs combine virtual live instructors and live and instructor-led sessions. This is a great lead-in to my colleague, Ben Flower, who will take you forward with talking about the Human Skills Program.
Thank you, Mark. Let me just ask right off the bat to make sure people can hear me.
Move to the next slide. Okay, thank you, Harmeet. So yes,
I'm going to assume that you can hear me. Go ahead and move to the next slide. Okay, thank you, Harmeet. So yes, I'm also very thankful for the opportunity to be here with you today and just share some quick thoughts about the human skills focus that Mark had just mentioned. My role here at Skill Up Technologies is as the Director of Human Skills. And if you look at your screen right now, it's an interesting slide in that there's a picture of a rock and a picture of some bananas, and I'm going to explain to you why in just a moment why that's there. But before I do, I just have a quick question for you. For those of you that are on a device where you can actually chat, I'm going to invite you to type in either a 1 or a 2. And a one would be, let's say you're grocery shopping and you have to choose between these two bunches of bananas. So one would be your choices for the picture on the top, and the two would be your choices for the picture on the bottom. Which of those two bunches of bananas would you pick if you were grocery shopping for them? And if you start typing in a 1 or a 2 for those two choices, I'll see your answers as they come in on the chat screen. Of course, this is kind of a loaded question, and most of you, as I've done this before, most of you will, of course, choose the second photo, which the bananas look unblemished. They look perfect on the outside. The point that I'm making here, you know, you've probably heard the cliche before, a couple cliches, one of which is you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And then, of course, the most important one is that don't judge a book by its cover. And the reason that that exists, that cliche exists, is because people judge books by their covers all the time. If you're shopping for bananas, you're going to choose the bananas that look better, even though the option number 1 might be better bananas as far as the taste is concerned. You know, there's a point here that's going to start to get redundant pretty quick, and it's just this, that you've spent all this time in your career building this incredible technical aptitude. In your studies now, you're ready to launch your career and move in this direction. But I can tell you from firsthand experience, I spent almost 30 years in the IT industry with both Microsoft and IBM and some other big companies, that your technical aptitude by itself is not going to get you where you want to be in your career. Because like it or not, fair or not, people judge other people all the time by appearances and what we call human skills. And it's not just appearance. I'll share a couple more thoughts in a moment. Please go ahead and advance to the next slide. There's so many studies that illustrate this point that I'm making, and I'm not going to read all 3 points that are on your screen, but I am going to refer to the first one. 67% of managers would hire someone with strong soft skills but lacking hard skills, while only 9% would hire the inverse. These are research studies that have been conducted that show not only that, but that the increasing emphasis on soft skills is just going to grow and grow over the next number of years. I've sat in so many different interview panels in my career. I've been in charge of running interview panels. And I can promise you that as much as those interviewers are asking you questions based on your technical aptitude, they are also asking questions about how developed and how refined your human skills are, or your soft skills. And that's much more than just your appearance. It's the way that you communicate. Are you articulate? Are you succinct? Are you convicted? Are you authentic? Are you sincere? There are so many of these human skills attributes that come into play that have such a profound impact on the success and the direction you want your career to go. Go ahead and move us to the next slide. And I'll kind of wrap it up here with just a couple additional thoughts. What you're seeing right here is a recent survey that was conducted. This is 2021 here, which is what the top skills that hiring managers are looking for. They're looking for leadership qualities. They're looking for the likability, the ability to be, they're looking for people that are able to be managed. They're looking for people that have integrity. They're looking for people that are flexible and team focused. Now, I could dig deep on every single one of these attributes, but this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg as far as human skills are concerned. And I would invite you to consider, as you take this next step in your education and career, to really put some serious thought into these, and especially with regards to some of the courses that we're going to offer. We're starting with just 3. It's basically executive presence for professional success, building your personal brand, and also creating impact and presence in the virtual world. And Harmeet's going to explain those 3 courses in detail in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up now, and again say thank you for the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. Back to you, Mark, or back to you, Harmeet.
Thanks, Ben. I think what I'd like to do now. Thanks, Ben. I think what I'd like to do now is move you forward and talk a little bit about why we chose the partnership with Pacific Lutheran University. This will be fairly short because I really want to let you get in and have Jeff Foy from Pacific Lutheran University be able to tell you and give you more details in regards to what Pacific Lutheran University will be bringing to you. Next slide, please. we chose Pacific Lutheran University because they're ranked as one of the top West Coast universities. And they really have a great commitment to the global education. Dr. Foyle will be talking about that in just a moment. They also have tremendous international partnership experience. They're open to innovative course delivery, and part of that innovation comes from not just the wanting to offer the technical courses, but also that blend of the technical courses and, as Dan pointed out, the human services or human skills courses as well. We also knew that Pacific Lutheran University was willing to offer PLU, not only PLU certificates, but also their continuing education units along with those certificates. And they're also willing to provide a bridge to possible degree programs into the future. So I'm not going to talk any more about it. I'm going to let Dr. Jeff Foy bring you up to speed and tell you all about it.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here with all of you.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with all of you. Greetings to the students, and the faculty, and the leaders of Rayabara University. It is a pleasure to be with you. So I'm going to share with you today some information about Pacific Lutheran University, or what we call PLU, in order to give you a better understanding of our university, the reasons why PLU is partnering with Skill Up Online, and how this partnership can benefit your university community. One of the things to know about PLU is the first thing, it's our mission statement, specifically that PLU educates students for lives of thoughtful inquiry, leadership, service, and care for each other, for our communities, and for the earth. Next slide, please.
So PLU is located in the state of Washington, which is the northwest region.
PLU is located in the state of Washington, which is the northwest region of the United States. Our university resides in the city of Tacoma, just south of the city of Seattle. You can see it on that map on the left there, indicated by a star with PLU. Automobile, 3 minutes from the Seattle Tacoma International Airport and 60 minutes drive to the city of Seattle, the downtown. The state of Washington is on the border with Canada to the north, and the border of the state of Oregon in the United States to the south, with the Pacific Ocean along the west coast of our entire state. The photos you see to the right of the map are of the city of Tacoma. Next slide, please. PLU is close to many outdoor activities, hiking and skiing in the mountains, kayaking and boating on the water, and nightlife in the city of Seattle. The mountain you see there, the snow-capped mountain, is called Mount Rainier.
Here's some quick facts about
Next slide, please.
So we have 2,900.
Here's some quick facts about PLU. So we have 2,900 students.
400 are graduates.
2,500 are undergraduate, 400 are graduate students. We have small class sizes. Average class size is 20 students. For every professor, there are 13 students, and over 90% of our faculty have doctorate degrees. We have a diverse student body, including students from 23 countries. A third of our students are the first generation in their families to attend college. Next slide, please. PLU has a College of Arts and Sciences and 4 professional schools. PLU intentionally integrates liberal arts education, represented mostly by the humanities, natural sciences, and social sciences in this slide, with professional studies, represented by arts and communication, business, education, and nursing. Next slide, please.
Just some areas that I think in the academic
I want to give you some highlights, just some areas that I think in the academic area that might be of interest to you or some of your peer students at your university. So under the natural sciences, we have a strong computer science program, which has a data science program that we plan to offer online with Skill Up Online. Our computer science department also has an undergraduate engineering pathway program, which includes 3 years of PLU and 2 years at either Columbia University in New York City or Washington University in the city of St. Louis. Next slide, please. PLU's School of Business is ASSESB accredited for both their undergraduate and graduate programs. Our MBA is in person, and our Master of Science in Marketing Analytics or Business Analytics program is fully online. Both the MBA and the Master of Science in Marketing Analytics can be done in 1 year. Next slide, please. Here's an interesting area that is a growth area in academics and careers. It's exercise science. Whether you have a tech, business, or healthcare background, PLU's Master of Science in Kinesiology degree is worth considering. Next slide, please. School of Nursing. Our School of Nursing is highly ranked in the United States, and we offer 3 areas of degrees: the bachelor's, the master's, and also doctoral programs. Next slide, please. PLU believes in purposeful learning, whereby we offer many opportunities for our students to receive hands-on experience through internships and research with major companies.
Just a sec. There is a internet issue at the auditorium. Just use the modem. Sorry for the interruption. No, sir. This problem the administration side, not a problem in. मेरा फोन से हो रहा है हर फोन साथ चलाओ
Thank you. So as I was saying that at PLU, one of our hallmarks, one of the things that give us a distinguishing character is our commitment to global education. PLU is the first U.S. university to send students and faculty to all 7 continents at the same time. The national average in the United States across all universities and colleges to send students to other countries is 3%. So 3% of U.S. students study abroad. At PLU, 50% of our students study in different countries at some time with us when they're studying at PLU. This is because we believe in learning from other countries and other cultures. This is our commitment to global education. Next slide. So the origin of our relationship between Skill Up Online and PLU, our partnership. We knew that we have strong reputations, both of us, in the Northwest region of the United States. Together, we have decades of experience in higher education and corporate training. Similarly, we share a similar commitment to lifelong learning and making high-quality future skills training accessible and affordable. Next slide. Our perspective, Dr. Westcott mentioned that it's been harder to travel and study internationally. The pandemic has made that a case. It's made it more challenging. So PLU, like other universities, we need to innovate. We need to have innovative partnerships, such as with Skill Up Online, to reach students and professionals in their own countries. Career readiness programs are a priority for PLU. They add valuable skills to traditional undergraduate and graduate education. Next slide, please. The Skill Up Online PLU vision, our vision is simple. We want to make PLU classes and the other classes that we develop and Skill Up accessible globally via online learning, predominantly through online learning. We want to provide a course catalog that emphasizes the skills of the future. We want to add PLU undergraduate and graduate degrees to the catalog for both online and in-person learning at PLU. We want to be able to create exchange and articulation agreements between PLU and Skill Up Online partner universities, such as Raya Flower University. Next slide. The benefits to you students at your university. We have scholar practitioner instructors. What does that mean? All of our professors with their PhDs, it's not just academics. They also have industry experience. So they're combining that scholarly work with that practitioner perspective. We provide research projects through recognized companies. We also have remote in-person internships for undergraduate and graduate programs. We have many different scholarships for live international students that study with us to lower the cost of education. We provide badges and certificates in high tech and human skills areas. These are under our accreditation, so they represent high standards of learning for our continuing education and also our credit programs. And then, of course, just like most universities in the United States globally, we offer accredited undergraduate and graduate degrees. Next slide. Great. So thank you back for me, and thank you for this opportunity to share a little bit. And I can't wait for some questions in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you all of the guest speakers here. And bridges to success. Okay, so let's have a conversation. We all spoke about AI. Let's take about a couple of minutes and understand from you, all of you, where have you seen the AI application happening today? Anyone? Sorry? Anyone, please raise your hand and say your name and let us know. Yeah, please, what's your name? Yes, Pulkit. Okay, I think that you should be the presenter here. Zalali, can we move to the next slide, please? So AI is here and every day now. Okay, as Pulkit mentioned, my first example was Alexa. So thanks. I hope you've not gone through my deck earlier. I'll let you have that. Okay, so yes, Alexa. What's the next level of Alexa which is happening today? How many of you have actually dreamed of talking to Amitabh Bachchan? Anyone from the younger one? I do not know, but yes, my generation, yes. How many of you have dreamt of talking to Amitabh Bachchan? So today on Alexa, you can actually interact with Amitabh Bachchan. And if you have not experienced it, please go ahead and experience it. It is really lovely. And there's a tremendous scope of improvement in the interactions that will happen with Amitabh Bachchan on Alexa. But the start point is here. That's the first application of an AI solving a human dream that was an aspiration to interact with the best actor of a generation. Let's go to the next example, AI in healthcare. Anything which you guys think how AI is making change in the healthcare? Anyone? No one here can say what's the change that AI is making in healthcare? Yeah, what's your name? Okay, tell me. Okay. 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 Fantastic example. Please take a seat. So while what's your good name again? Okay. As Vani just said that there is a robotic application which is already happening in the healthcare space. I would like to draw your attention towards something which is called as precision medicine. As you have already heard, prevention is better than cure. Okay. So today the application of AI is actually detection of cancer before it comes to a particular patient by just studying his or her gene pool. So applications are being currently done to analyze various images, compare those images with already existing medical records, and make a prediction. This is an application of AI. The third example, which is very relevant in today's time to us, the contact tracing. Now all of you have Arogya Setu apps. You're using Arogya Setu apps. It asks you a few questions. It asks you, did you meet anyone? Did you go somewhere? Did you come in contact with a COVID patient? And you are giving some information back to that application. Now, multiple of such applications are being put together and analyzed to see what is the trend of contact tracing and how the spread of the disease can be stalled. That's a real-time application of AI. The fourth example, which is a very exciting example, is of Netflix and other OTT streaming platforms. Earlier, everybody used to wait for weekly serials to come on the television or go to cinema to watch a movie. But see how it has changed in the last 1.5 years. Now you have Netflix, you have Amazon Prime Video, you have Disney Hotstar, MX Player, and so many applications are there where you can do all your personalized streaming. Right? Now, I like a certain type of content. You may like a different type of content. So that all is being analyzed by the AI applications and recommended systems, which are behind analyzing this data, make recommendations which are similar to you. The fifth example is a very interesting example, which is emotion recognition. Today you call up a customer care department. Namaskar, मैं हरमीत बोल रहा हूँ. मैं आपकी क्या सेवा कर सकता हूँ? Now whether you are angry, whether you are sad, you are happy, this is the standard approach which a customer care center executive will have to do. But AI gives that opportunity for the services business to recognize today what is the emotion, what is the frustration level, is the customer happy or not, is he sad, is he feeling bad about something. So this is all being done through emotional recognition in the speech recognition field, again, which is supported by AI. And the sixth, which is really a cool example these days. How many of you know about Mahindra 700? SUV, I mean, we are land of Punjab. We like, badi gadiyan sanu pasand hai. How many of you know about XUV 700? शर्मा भी यार मुंडे हाथ को की हो गया है? Only a few? Okay, why don't you tell me what do you think about XUV 700? What's the name? Right, he's sitting in the back. Yes, Arjun, please tell me. Okay, great. Anybody else who knows about XUV 700? Anyone from the student fraternity? I saw a few hands come outside. No one? Think right? Okay, so let me help you. So it's a car recently lost by and Mahindra, again India company, and it has been powered by an AI application called as Adreno X. Now, this AI application understands what is the driver's trait to drive the car. It learns from the way you drive the car, and it just elevates your experience of driving the car. You must go to YouTube, look at some excellent videos of how Adreno X is changing the way we are driving our automobiles. And these are very few examples, only 6 top of the examples that I have today to present to you. Mascom has done a study where they have taken 96 technologies as the future of the world. And out of those 96 technologies, 90 technologies are some way or the other going to be impacted by artificial intelligence. So the future is yours, my friends. It is only how good or how bad you can make it. Now let's go to the next slide. Okay. A voucher from my side for anyone who can name all these 6 people. Anyone? All the 6. Please raise your hand, take your name, and take all the names, please. No cheating business. Anyone, please raise your hand and all the 6 names. Okay, 5. Anybody knows 5? 4. Okay, 4. Let's understand. What's your name? Okay, Manpreet, tell me what are the 4? And okay. What about the 2 ladies? Anyone? Anyone? The 2 ladies? Okay. So the lady in the top row in the middle is Roshni Nadar, the daughter of Shiv Nadar, the owner of HCL. the man who started computers revolution in India way back in 1980. He was also what I can say father of computer education, with starting NIT in India. That's the daughter in the middle. The lady in the lower row is anyone? Any guesses? Yeah. What's her name? Okay, Marcus, tell me. So Satya Nadella is on the top. The lady in the bottom, the lower row. Her name is Indra Nooyi. She was the CEO of PepsiCo. Okay. So these are some prominent leaders which I'm presenting you today. And the reason to do it is that they were all collegiates like you sometimes. What did they have with you in common was the word which I call as opportunity. Okay. And apart from the opportunity, they are excellent human beings. They have awesome human skills which they have trained and mastered over a period of time so that today they can lead large workforces to achieve a single organization's goal. And this is exactly what the industry is today looking at. So, can you go to the next slide, please? So now, after giving you so much of interesting knowledge, the way I look at it, certain questions which may be coming in your mind is, where do you fit? Are you able to look at the big picture? What are the next steps you should be taking? What is your future? Let's go ahead. What you should be doing next, and how can you make the best of this? Guys, take it or leave it. This era is all about skills. जिसके पास स्किल होगा वो आगे जाएगा, जिसके पास स्किल नहीं होगा वो कहीं नहीं जाएगा. It's as simple, plain, black and white like. And our job here as Skill Up Online, Pacific Lutheran University, and Ryan Thara University is to provide you those skills. And we want that if today you are at a certain level, we want you are at this level, the industry wants you here. We want to take you from this level to this level. And that is what these 6 programs that I'm going to present to you are all about. Let's go ahead, Sonali. The first program, Foundations of Artificial Intelligence. It's a program that has been approved by NASCOM Sector Skill Council. We recently did a 3rd version of this. We added some beautiful capstone projects to it. You get an awesome exposure to the various technologies, the foundation technologies of what actually goes into developing an AI application. That's the first program. Now, as you can see, there are 3 capstone projects. And these are very relevant to the slides that I had shown to you earlier. Let's look at that. Heart failure prediction. Look at the data, write an algorithm, do a capstone and see, can you predict whether a particular person exhibiting a certain data will somewhere down the line of his age will have a heart failure or not. Look at what kind of achievement you can do with AI. The second project, Bitcoin price evaluation, right? And then the third project, which is countrywide COVID-19 trends and analysis. All these applications, if you want to do all three of them, you're most welcome to do it. But in order to get the certification, you just need to do that. And this really sets up the foundation of artificial intelligence for you. The next course, it becomes specific to Microsoft Azure. You guys have all heard about Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing Platform. I'm sure you must have. All of you? Anyone who's not heard it? But everybody's heard it. Guys, what happened? Okay, great. So this program, which is called as AI Engineer Associate Program, is all about getting your hands dirty on the Microsoft Azure platform. You get to prepare for the certifications called as AZ 900, AI 900, and AI 100. With these skills, you will be easily able to operate on an Azure platform as an AI engineer associate. The third program that we have prepared very specifically for you is on IBM Watch. Now, this particular program is going to help you to be able to create various AI-powered applications on using after you are able to successfully use the Watson library. You will be able to build chatbots. You will be able to build up information retrieval systems that will really help you to create AI applications in the IBM environment. So, three programs you have. Number one, and repeat, Foundations of AI. Number two, the Microsoft Azure certification. And the third one that you don't see on the screen right now is the IBM Applied AI Tool. Let's go ahead, Sonali. Okay. And now let's come to my favorite. And this is really where I want you guys to really have a very serious and a conscious decision making at your level. At the end of the day, it is all about human beings. You may be technically very sound, but in order to be successful on a global platform where you're interacting with global audiences that cut across various cultures, it has to be a human being to a human being connect. Now let's look at one thing. First program, build your personal brand. Which one of you think is the best sport icon today in the country? Anyone? So, one question, please participate. Sorry, who said something? Somebody said someone. I want to see the raise of hands, the name, and then the name of the sporting person. Anyone? Yeah, please raise your hand. Manpreet, once again, okay, Manpreet. Virat Kohli. Why? Okay, what are the things that you like about it? Okay, great. So that is what is the brand statement. So with Manpreet, Virat Kohli is able to make a connect through passion. So that's one of the attributes of being able to put across a brand statement, right? I could have done this exercise more with you, but due to lack of time, we'll keep it to limited example of Virat Kohli now. Personal branding is very important for you to become successful in your career as you go. Now, how do you write your own personal brand statement? What should be your personal brand statement? And once you've written that brand statement, what are the things you should be doing to be able to practice those brand statements is what this program is all about. The second program, let's go ahead, is called as the Executive Presence for Professional Success. Now, Ben has a plethora of attributes on which he is going to mark any human beings. Okay, he just mentioned when he was giving his presentation about integrity. That's one of the most important attributes of a professional or an executive who makes an impact. Imagine your deans coming to a lecture 15 minutes late when you're all sitting in the class versus a professor or a doctor who comes 5 minutes early into the class when you're not there. That is executive presence. And this will carry throughout your life with you as a discipline. That's what the second program is. I'm sorry for taking the liberty with the application of this. So just to give an example. Impact and reach in the virtual world. How do we make ourselves impactful in the virtual world? Now, a classic example is today's webinar. You've been part of this webinar. You've seen that how much of practice we required before we actually brought this webinar to you when we are doing a hybrid model. So this somewhere brings down the impact of whatever we are doing. So this particular program, which is Impact and Presence, is going to tell you, it is going to give you the attributes that you need to have so that you can be successful in the virtual world. So 6 programs, very well thought through with Pacific Lutheran University, and in certain cases with Microsoft and IBM certification. These 6 programs are being very well thought in terms of creating a learning path. And we encourage you all to look at these programs register yourself today for these particular programs and start getting those skills which will be making you successful in the future. So Rani, let's go ahead. And through these 6 programs, you will get something what is called as Thrive Skills. Thrive Skills is nothing but a combination of future skills and human skills. When we talk to the L&D heads of various ITs organizations today, they tell us we need people who have agile mindset because we do not know whether tomorrow the lockdown is going to stay or not. We do not know whether I will be putting my people in an AI project or I will be putting them in a data science project or a cybersecurity project. They need to have an agile mindset. And how do we develop these qualities? Is through these 6 programs. And trust me, if you get those qualities in, the industry will love you. Because these programs not only increase your ability to get employed faster, make you more employable, but you will be deployed faster on the project. And that is where your success. Okay, so enough of me for today. And let's go on with the over to you, Anuragi.
Everyone, welcome to the Internet Talk. I'm Anuragi, your host for this challenge today. So, just now we have gone through a plethora of knowledge and insight. So, let's take a quick look on what we've done so far through this challenge. So, I request all of you, if you're using your laptop or your mobile phone, please open the browser and type Plu.it. That is PLOOT.it. The that will again activate on the screen. Over 459. The email address actually. The request all of you to please enter your email ID and your full name in the main page. Oh, I can see the colors have already started to get in. After the recap, Plu.it in your laptop or mobile browser. Type the key.
Please enter Kahoot.it in your web browsers. That is KAHOOT.it. Enter the game pin for Ragini, you have to slow down a bit. There's a lag on internet. I will just give you a clue. some internet challenges, so we will redo the Kahoot specifically for the. Have you all been able to play that? Don't worry. ठंडा थोड़ी निकालना है. Hold on. We'll redo it.
Skills across 40% of the workforce need to be 25% of the million registered companies in India invested in. That's in future skills. If you look at it, I'm excited to see future with tech is truly unfolding. Keeping aside the previous picture of people in it is transforming. So if you for one make it easier for people. The university in the United States to bring Western learning output is very not. We designed 3
Okay, guys, I will request all of you in the right bit of technical so we can really reorganize the Kahoot for all the people who are present there and have been patient listeners. I wanted to understand from you as to let's have a 5-minute discussion on has this section been able to help you? You have any questions for us? We are happy here to answer. Anyone? Okay, so if no questions, then so then what we can do here is Siddharth. I will just invite Dr. Anurag to please come up on the stage. And while Dr. Anurag will be addressing you, I will encourage all of you to come to the information desk and understand more about the programs that we have brought in today for you. And just to tell you that we will be back on the 27th in the university again to give you an extensive webinar on the application of AI in the real world. It will really tell you that how an AI application is being currently. And that should be really, really opening your doors to what you can achieve from these courses. Thank you so much, everyone, for being present here. First of all, thanks to history, India team. My dear student, today, IT era or our daily life, AI is the most wonderful application of IT, CS. Actually, the basic motto behind this program, upgrade our skill.
number of times I mentioned this day or placement or employability, there two things are important, attitude or aptitude. AI is the one of the form. Sometimes I take the AI subject, I give the one example, simple example everyone knows. Right? अब गर्म पानी की बाल्टी में हाथ डालने से अवॉइड क्यों करते हैं? Anyone can translate in Punjabi? Why? आप क्यों अवॉइड करते हैं? Definitely. But there is some sense. Some sensor is there. For human being, our mind is sensor. There is a lot of scope in the AI, IoT related application. I'll just give one common example. If somewhat sensor is working, that's a कुछ आया कि गर्म पानी है, avoid करो. Same concept we can implement in computer. ABC तो देखा है ना, कौन बनेगा कंप्यूटर की जॉब कर दूं, तो इस तरह का कुछ डायलॉग होता है. और एज ए फैकल्टी मेंबर मैं भी ऐसा ही चाहता हूँ कंसेप्ट कि आप मुझे सबमिट करते हैं और मैं भी कहूँ कंप्यूटर जी और मोबाइल जी और एन जी है ना, मार्क्स हो गए सबमिट कर दो जी बच्चों को. तो जस्ट लाइक ए ह्यूमन बीइंग और माइंड इज टेकन. Clearly provide the opportunity for upgrade our skill set. Just forget whatever your branch is, artificial intelligence, computer science, data science, mechanical, civil. 95% drop in the IT. Or in IT, there is a two core area, either data science or AI. This 95% in the IT field for most of job or BTech. I have mentioned the mechanical civil or whatever branch there. 95% in the IT sector or out of 95% group area and data science or AI. So PhD provides the opportunity or platform. It's your choice. That you got.
पंजाबी मुंबई भाषा. It was basically case होएगा चलेगा आगे बढ़ेगा नहीं जाएगा.
Same thing. यदि ये अपॉर्चुनिटी तो आगे जाए. Otherwise everyone has already discussed in the Kalam. I always suggest अपने US के लोग. So in between US and Bangalore पहुंच जाएंगे. Okay, next.
Thank you, Dr. So students, I would really encourage all of you to ask your friends and have an experience with the courses that we have prepared for you. I also thank everybody from the faculty team present here for being, helpful in organizing this important webinar. Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for being such a wonderful audience. There is a visiting booth from Skill Up Online in your campus. Kindly visit and make the best out of it. You may ask your queries and get them resolved there and then. Thank you once again and have a great day ahead.
They are the only ones who can let you know that when these people are coming here to campus. Okay. As everybody said, these certification programs will really help you in your career and to get a good job. As Lisa told you, that 95% of the IT jobs are from data analytics and AI. So make sure that you focus on these programs. You getting my point? So these people will be coming back again. So make sure that you make up your mind. If you are already done that,
I would request all the audience presented in the audience kindly give a few minutes to the feedback for this webinar. We are sharing currently into the chat a feedback form. Kindly fill in and please provide your valuable feedback. Thank you.
Those who want to register themselves, they can register themselves there itself. Otherwise, those who don't want to register themselves, they can leave from the door. Thank you so much. In one